Hi folks, I couldn't resist my temptation and I've attached CR2032 non-rechargeable battery to my Raspberry Pi 500. If you haven't watched my previous video, I strongly suggest that you do so. Today we're gonna discuss just how to implement the real-time clock battery. But in the previous video, you could see all the undocumented upgrade options, including an external power-on button that comes handy when you are using your Raspberry Pi 500 with a standard keyboard and a mouse. Let's get started where we left in the previous video. There was one mysterious SMD element that I was not sure about what it was. You can see it's two unoccupied contacts in this photo. It's so tiny that you couldn't even hold it in your hand. My first thought was that it might have not been needed. This had to be verified, so I've decided to run my Raspberry Pi 500 opened without a keyboard. I've attached a standard keyboard and a mouse. I've booted to Raspberry Pi OS and I've opened the command window and I've started constant voltage measurement with VCGene CMD command. I've set my multimeter to diode measuring mode, which produced a small voltage on its terminals. I've connected the ground terminal to Raspberry Pi 500's ground and I've used the other terminal to see if Raspberry Pi's system on chip would have shown any kind of battery voltage. Touching just the battery connector terminals would have not produced any kind of voltage. But when I've touched one of the pins for the mysterious element, the battery voltage suddenly appeared. This, in my opinion, limited options for the mysterious element to a 0-ohm resistor or a diode, which prevents accidental charging of a non-rechargeable battery. I've made the 0-ohm resistor from a tiny piece of wire. This enabled me to solder a 2-wired cable to the battery connector pins. I've connected the battery through the protective diode and it worked. I've tried it, switching on and off, unplugging it, plugging it again and so on. Everything seemed to work just perfectly. However, when it was time to close the computer, there was another problem. My battery circuit was unfortunately a millimeter or two too high. There are actually two options to solve this. Either to make a small hole into the case and connect battery as a dongle, or I would suggest this one. If you simply buy a battery assembly and you solder it on. Alternatively, you can buy battery with terminals, which is easy to solder onto the cable. If you've liked this video, please press like and subscribe buttons and don't forget about the notification bell. See you in the next video. Bye.